soup. I just kind of have everything prepared here. I usually put onions, celery, and bell pepper in my fettuccine bean soup, and I just kind of put them all in there together. Yeah. Um, I usually do ground beef, but today I'm going to do some ground turkey just to change things up a bit. Just a pound of turkey, ground turkey. I have a couple slices of bacon, applewood bacon, and I like to use Rotel, the diced tomatoes. I just love their tomatoes. I'm obsessed with their tomatoes. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but I always have to. When we go to the grocery store, I get like 3 or 4 cans because I use them a lot in my recipes. So, I mean, whatever I'm cooking, and they have one where they have like lime juice in here, and it's just so good. And then I also like to use this Lipton Recipe Secrets, the onion dip mix. That really gives beans and just different foods a good taste. I like to put it in my beans though because it gives it a good flavor. And it is low on calories. I think there's only like, let me see, 20 calories per, let's see, serving size 1 2. So yeah, it has 20 calories. So that is good. Of course, you know, this comes with the beans, the ham flavor, and I usually put that in there too. So I'm getting ready to rinse the beans off and make sure there are no rocks or anything crazy in there, no debris. I usually boil my water before I don't really soak my beans. This always works for me. The same day that I plan to make my beans, I usually just boil some water, 10 cups of water, and I boil it, and I actually just take it and pour it in there with the beans, and I don't have to deal with the splitting and all of that kind of stuff. And my beans don't come out mushy. They come out absolutely delicious. And I usually put my beans in my crock pot over here. And once I put them in there, I just take the boiling water or the hot water, and I just pour it in there with them, with everything, and it cooks so well. Of course, you know, it cooks about 8 hours in the crock pot. And my husband loves my beans. He is obsessed with my beans. So no matter what kind of beans I make, they always come out real good. So, and we don't normally have a lot of problems with gas. So I don't know. So I don't know. People say, well, now you're supposed to soak them and you're supposed to put baking soda to cut back on the chemicals of the beans or whatever that gives you gas or whatever. But no, we don't have problems with that. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started because my water is really starting to boil. So, all right. And I added my bacon, and I've rinsed my beans and made sure they were all clear of debris, and made sure I washed them and rinsed them real good, and I put them in the pot, in the crock pot. My water is ready. This is 10 cups of water. And I have my onion, my bell pepper, and my celery cut up. I have my tomatoes, my Lipton onion mix seasoning. I also like to add a little garlic pepper and a little cumin to my beans. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my tomatoes. I need a spoon. So add my tomatoes, and then I'm gonna put in my onion seasoning. Okay. And my onion, celery, and bell pepper. Yeah, I'm pretty thorough when I cook. I don't like to leave anything behind. So all those little pieces of of vegetables, I like to just get them and just put them in there. Garlic pepper seasoning. I really don't have a measurement for this. It's just I just go based off of my intuition. Okay, and then some cumin. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, and a little bit. Okay, yeah, I feel like that's enough. And now I'm just gonna pour my water in and turn it on high and let it cook. So hold on. A little bit. I like to have my seasonings to be even. I have to stir because I want it to just, I know eventually it's gonna, it's gonna even out and season my beans, but I'm just that kind of a person. I have to stir, make sure the seasoning is mixed in there really good. And I think that is enough water. I think I might have added a little too much water, but that's okay. It looks good. All right, and now I am going to turn my crock pot on high and put my top on there, and I'm just gonna let that cook. And it should be done at least, since I'm starting now, it's what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Should be done maybe about, maybe 4:30. Somewhere around 4:30 to 5, it should be completely cooked and ready to eat. And that is how I do my 15 bean soup. I'll probably cook some rice to go with this. And we usually just eat it like that. And it is just good. And that gravy from the bean, it's just so good. So, yeah, that's how I do my beans. And if I'm not satisfied with the gravy in my beans, I usually add just a little bit of flour to kind of thicken it up a little bit. But that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. And I will provide some pictures at the end to show you what everything looks like. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you.